Hi everyone, today we'll be learning about some powerful tricks in PowerPoint which helps us save lot of time. So let's begin. The first trick and important one is selection pane. It actually helps you to select the objects available on your current slide in PowerPoint. How do you activate the option? You go to select under the home tab. Click on this drop down. As soon as you click on it, it will show you the option. Last option here is selection pane. Once you click on this will show you the selection pane, which actually shows me all the current objects with this current associated slide. So now here what you can do is you can select on this. Once you click here in the selection pane, the corresponding object is selected. So this even helps you align. Once your whole alignment thing is done, for an instance I have this picture here which I can also rename. Once my whole alignment is there, I just want to hide and see how does it look with this picture, how does it look. So you can hide or unhide and see how does the whole thing works. Similarly, you can see the different option, different views. This panel, this selection panel actually even helps you rearrange your objects. Have a look here. Here I have 4 parallelograms and I have 4 rounded rectangles. So in case I need to realign them, what do I do? In the normal scenario, it is select the object, right click it and then bring to front or send to back and keep on doing it for the corresponding object. While I can do this faster using the selection pane, just select the object and drag the object here in the selection pane. Once you reorder it here, it will be reordered automatically there. You can see I have reordered, I have brought 3 down. Now I am bringing the 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see they have been realigned here as well. So this is how the selection pane works. Once it is done, we will just close the pane. Trick 2. Set transparent colors. When working with presentation, we spend lot of time getting that right pictures. Once the right pictures are there, mostly they are not of the same color, they don't tend to mellow down with the whole presentation look and feel. So once you are adding it with the objects here, how do they look? They don't give that kind of a niche, clear. So you depend upon your IDs to design those kind of pictures, or you spend lot of time on the internet and to find those perfect pictures with white backgrounds and transparent backgrounds and nothing to be shown. The easier way to do it is select the object, go to format, go to color, click on the drop down here. There is an option available here, set transparent color. Select it and click on the white end of the picture. Done. Similarly, let's try it here. We go to format, we go to color and take transparent color and click here. Similarly for this as well, set transparent color, click on the white end and it's done. Doesn't the presentation looks much better now with the transparent pictures in place? So this is a handy trick. Trick number 3, custom shapes. We often want some different shapes. Either we take those shapes from Smart Arts, but they are not always they are usual ones. You want new shapes to be created for yourself. So how do you do it? Very easy steps. So what you can do is, once you are under shapes, what shapes you want to create by using 2 or more shapes. For an instance, I am taking a rectangle here and I will take a arrow. So this is my arrow and a rectangle which is there. I will give them the corresponding colors, formatting, whatever I want them to have. Done. So now what do I do it? I select this first shape and then I press Ctrl and select the second shape. Once the shapes are selected, go to drawing tools, format, merge shapes. Here you will see 5 options. Union will combine both the shapes together. Combine will combine them, but the intersecting part will not be shown. Fragment will actually cut that shape into multiple small fragment. Intersect, only the part of both the shapes where it is intersecting, that would be kept and remaining would be discarded. Subtract is first shape minus the second shape. So this is doing, first was the rectangle I selected minus the arrow. So this has created my custom shape now. So now see, this is there. I have created a shape here. I'll just copy and I'll paste it, and you will see I have my own handy smart art created in quick, easy steps. Quite easy. So on this, there are a lot of options which you can utilize here and do lot of work with this. Let's have another look at another example here quickly. I have taken one shape, drawn it, taken the corresponding colors which I want, then I'll again go to shapes and I'll take a rectangle here. I draw a rectangle. I'll rotate this rectangle here. So select this one, then select the second one, then go to format, merge shapes, union. It combines both the shapes. Combine, the intersecting part is discarded, rest of the part is there. So this again makes my custom shape. I can have it a shape like this. I'll undo this process for the time being. Merge shapes, fragment. Let's have a look at fragment. What does it do? I take fragment. Now have a look. What it has done is it has divided my shapes into different small fragments. That is how fragment works. I'll undo the whole process, come back, format, merge shapes, intersect, the intersecting part is kept, and in subtract, the subtraction part is taken. So for instance, if I take in this case combine, see my new shape is created, and then I can do as and what I want to do with the shape like this. I can have it and I can continue to create them, continue to use my own custom shapes as when I need them. If you see here, these all are created using custom shapes. Let's take this example of cloud. How did we create them? I go to insert, I go to shapes. There are a lot of shapes available here. There are some which are callouts. I take this cloud callout, draw it, give it a specific formatting, the border and all if I want it to contain, or whatever shades I want, I do that work. Then after that I take a rectangle, I draw the rectangle. Now what I do next is I select the cloud first, then hold down the control key and select the second shape. Once it is selected, I go to merge and I say subtract. Done. This is my cloud created, and so on. These all shapes which you see here has been custom created by using the usual shapes. Trick number 4, set default shapes. So usually happens is when I'm working with my PowerPoint presentation, I want the shapes to be of a specific color, the border, the shadows, the effects that I have given. So what do? You create one shape, you copy paste it, or every time when, even if I want that same formatting to be copied pasted here, you select this, you go to format painter and you apply that format painting here, and so on. You continue with all the shapes. That is one way out. The other way out is, once you have created a shape, just select that shape, right click on your shape and say set as default shape. Once it is done, now have a look. Once I select any shape and draw it, it will every time be created with that same formatting. No matter which shape I take, it will all be created with that same formatting. Now I just don't want, I have finished my project, the next project should have the basic starting shapes again. So what do? I draw a shape, I create it as a blank shape, give it a blank formatting, then right click on it and say set as default shape. So once this is done, what will happen? Next time onwards, whenever I select a shape, it will be drawn in the black original shape which was initially available. So that is again a handy trick. Trick number 5, draw straight lines. So what do you do when you have to draw straight lines? I have to draw these kind of lines. No, I don't need these hazy lines. I spend a lot of time aligning it. It should be perfect, not no kind of deviations. How do you ensure that the all lines on your slide are straight? Steps are very simple. Go to insert, take shapes, take a line. So before you start to draw the line, just hold down the shift key and then you can draw the straight line without any worry. It will always create a straight line. Let's try once more. Shapes. I take the line. Before I start drawing it, I hold down the shift key and this. You see, the lines are always straight. Whether it is horizontal or vertical lines, they would always be straight lines. Hope you learned good. This is a time when you actually should learn more and more. So keep learning, keep growing, enjoy this phase and have the best of your learning curve. Also, in case you want to join our upcoming online training programs, write to us at corporatelearnersacademy@gmail.com or leave your email details in the comment sections below. Thank you. Bye-bye.